Hello and welcome to a different sort of Pokemon breeding guide. This time I want to focus specifically on the genderless Pokemon, as there are quite a few that can breed with a Ditto and they're very powerful. However, some people might not completely understand the breeding process, as it is a little bit more involved, particularly for those of you, the common player that is, that won't have a 5 IV or 6 IV Ditto, because in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl they are very hard to come across. I know that some people will be able to transfer them from Pokemon Sword and Shield now that we have the full Pokemon Home capabilities. However, this is specifically aimed at people who only have the one Gen 4 remake game and they are stuck doing the Pokeradar chaining method for their perfect IV Dittos. I personally really dislike this method. It's so out of your hands and it's just probability's sake. And I actually was just watching the new Stranger Things series and just chaining without even really looking at the screen until I obtained a few 3 IV and 2 IV Dittos so that I could make this video. Funnily enough, I actually found a shiny. You will see more about this very soon, but let's get back to the topic at hand, which is our IV breeding. We first need the Pokemon that we want to breed, right? That's the basics of all of these Pokemon breeding videos. I have chosen a Metagross because it is pretty strong. It's a pseudo-legendary from Generation 3, and through IV breeding, we can end up with a Beldum, which is 5 IVs like this one, without special attack, as my Metagross and most Metagrosses in general are physical attackers. Another reason why we are chaining Dittos in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is that we want to have different natures. We want to be able to pass down natures efficiently and just very quickly. Don't have to go and find the right Pokemon, hatch like 20 eggs and hope that we get lucky. It's much easier if we just have, in Metagross's example, any adamant nature Ditto, we slap on an Everstone, we hatch an egg, and then we will have our Beldums, which have adamant, and from there we can enter the IV breeding process. So I wanted to show you guys some chaining Ditto footage, as I did a lot of this just while I was watching TV. At this point in the clip, I just got to my 30 streak, so I'm going to look at my Pokeradar app on the Poketch. You can see it's a current streak of 30 in the top right now, and this is first place. So it is my best streak so far. And then I'm only prioritizing tiles that are 4 steps away. If there is not a very good tile that is at least 4 steps away, I will do 50 steps in the grass and then I will reset the Pokeradar. All that I'm doing is false swiping and catching these Dittos with a repeat ball, so this should now continue the streak. If it doesn't break, there is a 7% chance that this streak will now break. You just have to keep brute forcing and hoping that the chain stays alive, and once again we are on a 31 streak. If there is 3 tiles between you and the next shaking grass tile, that is the system that I use so that I can kind of go on autopilot a little bit and not concentrate on this, because it can be quite boring, frustrating, tedious, you know, a bunch of these words. It's not the most fun experience, but it's very necessary for specific IV breeding and also genderless Pokemon breeding in general. Eventually, I got all the way up to a 39 streak. In the top right, it should show 39, and this is when I started to panic. This is the very exciting moment. You can see 39. This means the very next Ditto is a guaranteed 3 IV Ditto, and I started to get excited. This is the point which you can actually shiny hunt for your 3 IV Ditto, and I actually have a clip of my streak where I was 39 streaking, and my goal here now is to just reset until I get a shiny Ditto, and I think this took me around 15 minutes. How long is this clip? This clip is 21 minutes long, but sometimes I'm stupid and I actually forget to cancel the recording. Here we are around 8 minutes in. I've done 1500 steps, which is around 30 resets, and I'm doing 50 steps, pressing the start button or like the plus button on the Switch controller to reset the patch. I hit it one more time and boom. There is our shiny grass patch. So this Ditto is 3 steps away. Sorry, it's 4 away. There's 3 tiles between us. This is the highest odds to continue the streak, and it's a guaranteed 3 IV shiny Ditto. I was really excited because I've not actually obtained a shiny in these games through the Pokeradar method. I think that this method is agonizing. I'm really impatient, and I don't know, I get discouraged and I stop trying. So I'm just not even playing the game right now. I'm just stunned. The controller is on the ground. I'm like screaming, like going across the house, you know, tearing paintings off the wall. I was so excited, and I was like, wait, I have the game open. I need to actually catch it. So I go over, and here is your guaranteed 3 IV Ditto. This one is a shiny. I was literally over the moon. I've never had this feeling as someone who doesn't shiny hunt very often. Maybe I'll do some shiny hunting in the future. Who knows? Who knows? And there we have it. There's my very own shiny 3 IV Ditto. I don't know why I sound so proud, but it's a feeling I haven't experienced very often. So once you have your adamant Beldum, all you have to do is pair it with one of your 3 IV Dittos, preferably one that has all of the stats that you want to pass down, as you want to be able to jump from your highest Dittos as fast as possible to speed up this process. Imagine if you just had 6 1 IV Dittos and you had to keep replacing them incrementally. It would just be a nightmare because you would have to do this every single time you wanted to breed a 5 IV or 6 IV genderless Pokemon. I really recommend that you go out of your way, spend some time chaining to get some 2 IV Dittos at the very least, and if you can really be patient and persevere through how agonizing the Pokeradar process can be, get yourself a 40 streak and get yourself at least 1 or 2 3 IV Dittos that have some variation in their stats. Hello, it is me from the future. I started working on this video on the 15th of July. It is now the 2nd of August, but anyway, here we are. I want to talk about the actual IV breeding process for our Beldum in this example. We started off with our 0 IV Beldum. We put it in the daycare with a 2 IV Ditto, as I just showed you in the previous clip, and we ended up with a 2 IV Ditto with attack and speed as its best stats. At this point, you basically want to get a Ditto that has either the HP, the defense, or the special defense stats as its best stats, and then you will do a combination of this Beldum with a Ditto with other stats that we want to pass down, so that we can hopefully, when the stars align and the Destiny Knot does its job, we will end up with a 3, 4, or 5 IV Beldum. For the sake of an example, I have a special defense Ditto here. This is the shiny Ditto that I have. It's actually pretty insane if you think about it. It has special attack, special defense, and speed, which for a special attacker is very good. For the Beldum, we only want the special defense and the speed, so here we have a HP, attack, special defense, and speed for IV Beldum. All we have to do is pass down defense from a Ditto and try to retain as many of the IVs that we desire from this Beldum. I recommend using the highest possible IV Ditto that you can, which still passes down beneficial stats, even if they overlap, as this just increases your chances, and eventually you can go from a 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 IV Beldum, such as this one. I have a couple of these in the boxes if you just wanted to know what the hell is on the screen right now. The rest of the Pokemon in this box are here because I actually made a full team of genderless Pokemon. Here they are. You can see that I have a Magnezone, I have a Bronzong with the perfect IVs for Trick Room. Look out for a Trick Room video coming very soon. 5 IV Rotom Wash, the 5 IV Metagross. It's a physical attacker, so it doesn't have the special attack stat. We have a 6 IV Starmie, although you don't really need the attack stat. You could try and get this to be no good, just to have the least possible damage taken from foul play. And then we have a 5 IV Porygon Z in this case. So yeah, the video was a little bit delayed. I ended up breeding 6 battle ready Pokemon just to prove that you could do this process. It does take a little bit more attention than just having a 6 IV Ditto cure all of your problems, but of course in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl this is not something that you can easily come across. So I hope that you found this video useful. Maybe you want to breed some genderless Pokemon just from the repertoire of the 6 Pokemon that I've shown you on the screen. I really like all of these. I really think that they all fit a specific role on a team, and I recommend trying them out. My personal favorite is probably going to be Porygon Z. It gets the adaptability ability. You should really, in most cases, use Tri-Attack. However, Choice Specs Hyper Beam with adaptability hits like an absolute truck, and it's such a meme click. Anything that this hits, even if it's resisted, it's probably gonna die or take a hefty amount of damage, even if it's invested in special defense. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, I hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, leave them in a comment. Join us on Discord if you want to be a part of our breeding and battling community. We'll be welcome to have you. We have a bunch of free stuff on offer in our free stuff channel as well. Tomorrow is going to be some Scarlet and Violet news. I'm going to do some sort of reaction, or my thoughts, my predictions, my feelings, who knows. So I'm really excited for that. I'm currently working on a Trick Room video, some Pokemon battling seminar-y stuff, so there's more content to come. So if you haven't subbed to the channel yet, then click the button. It's a visual representation that something that I'm doing is good. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.